Okay, I'm going to do a couple videos here. As usual, I listen to stuff on YouTube. I come across something I've never come across before, and it kind of peeing me off, so I'm going to do videos on this. Two separate ones for right now. One regarding celebrating Christmas, and the other one with the so-called corrupted Bibles thing. Now, maybe I'll do the corrupted Bibles thing first, because I had some verses I brought up. You know what? This is really ridiculous. I'm not going to name names, but I'm just saying, I'm just giving everyone a warning. There are lots of crackpots, I'll call them crackpots, on YouTube that think they have some kind of superior knowledge on theology. And they act almost like a cult. And these people act like narcissistic cult leaders, okay? And they always want money. That's the thing, okay? Like, I don't know, you could have the monetization, I guess, but I'm talking about actively asking for money, like asking for donations, or doing this Patreon crap where you gotta pay money to access stuff. Okay? Or they have a link to their webpage that, guess what, asks you for money. These people really piss me off, you know. They give a bad name to Christians. And this person, like I said, I'm not going to name names because it doesn't really matter, because there's more than one person that does this sort of thing on here. So, whatever. If the shoe fits, wear it, basically. I'm totally disgusted with this. I really am. And they're crackpots. They're crackpots. They act like they know everything, and you can tell, if you have any discernment, you can tell by how they talk that they're full of crap. This is like they do this. They portray an image. It's like narcissistic behavior. It's like, look at me, look at me. They got to dramatize everything, so it's kind of like a borderline thing where everything has to be drama. They got to go over the top with everything. They can't just calmly, rationally discuss things. You know, they got to be acting in a theatrical manner, bring attention to themselves, and they basically go on and on and on about stuff. They don't make any sense whatsoever. You cannot connect the dots. It's not logical. They pick apart things that don't matter. Whatever. Okay. Anyways, this is how it is. I'm going to tell everyone right now this the corrupted Bibles thing. Some KJV onlys do this, but this person is not one of those, I guess. But they even attack the KJV, the King James, I don't know, I'm tongue-tied today, King James Version, okay? This is like way out there crazy. And the thing is, they blab on and on and on and on. They may have this guest or whatever that has all this, again, superior knowledge. They're full of crap. They really are. They're full of crap. Now, let's start first of all. God, what does God do? Do these people really believe that God is not able to preserve the Scriptures? Scriptures are Holy Spirit inspired. Do you really believe that God cannot use fallible man to translate the Scriptures? Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that? You know, to me, that's a lack of faith. I'll tell you, I've heard this BS before. I read more than one translation. Okay, when I was growing up, I had the King James Bible. It's my first one I had. I read my main Bibles. Well, actually, yeah, that one was first, and then after that, the Good News translation, and then later on, in my early 20s, came across the New International Version. Those are my main three ones that I read. The King James, the Good News Translation, the one with the little stick people. I used to really like that when I was a kid. I read that all the time. And then the NIV, New International Version. I also have, I think, the NLT or whatever it is. I don't really read that one. Okay. Now, I'm telling you, I just want to pick apart little words here and there. They're all saying basically the same thing. See, these people, what they do is they pick on words. They'll pick some word out, and they'll go to some what do you call these? Those places where you get words. I'm trying to think what it is. It's not a dictionary. I can't think of that word right now. Lexicon, I think, or something. Okay, and they might pick a word, what it means, and then pick words apart. You see, but you know what? You need to understand that languages change over time, and you can actually use different words that basically mean the same thing. It's all a matter of context. But these people aren't smart enough to figure that out, so they want to do some BS here and basically insult and blaspheme the Word of God, the Scriptures. That's why I'm so angry. These people are knobs, okay? They're knobs. And yet, what's even more disturbing, and I'm going to make my point with proof with Scriptures, because I back everything up I say. If I can't prove what I'm saying, I'm not going to say it. You know what really makes me mad also? Is how people are such sheep. They will follow these internet gurus. It's disgusting, okay? People are so stupid. They're actually going to ask this person what Bible translation they should read. You know, that's sick. That's sick. Why would you give someone on YouTube that much power? That is just sick. It doesn't make any sense. There's no reason for that. It is totally sick. That's disturbing. I find that really disturbing. I really do. Because this person who's saying all this stuff is lost in space. Person does not know what she is talking about, and yet people, it's like a form of idol worship, to be honest. Instead of going to God and asking God for wisdom and discernment, they go to people. Why are you going to people? Because people can't save you. This person is full of it anyways. Okay, so anyways, one thing was mentioned. Actually, it was two things. The other one is a better example. I'll use this one. One was mentioned about Isaiah chapter 7. Just wait a minute. Regarding... Just hold on a minute. I think I knocked off the other one. I goofed on that. Okay, let's go to the one with the virgin one. I closed that other window. I'll have to get it up again. Okay, the sign of Emmanuel. Okay, this is regarding the Virgin Mary. These people are claiming that the so-called corrupt versions don't call her a virgin. They refer to her as a young woman. Okay. I can prove they're full of BS because I usually use the NIV when I'm doing videos. Okay, so with the NIV, you look at Isaiah 7, the sign of Emmanuel, and then you also have what's called footnotes, which is there's a footnote there if you have to look at the whole chapter to see the footnote, and it's regarding Isaiah 7:14 or a young woman. Okay, so in the NIV, see, they're claiming the NIV, like for instance, that's one of the ones they claim is corrupt, and they say it doesn't say virgin. Well, they lied, because Isaiah 7 in the NIV, If you go down to verse 14, it says, therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel. There you go. Yet they claim that it says young woman. Yeah, there's a footnote by the letter D that says or young woman. Okay, now here we go. We're going to pick apart words now. Now, are virgins usually young women? Young unmarried women are considered what? Virgins. Now, what the reason is because, typically speaking, young women that are unmarried are supposed to be virgins, as in that they haven't fornicated, right? So to say someone is a young woman, young unmarried woman, does not mean they're not a virgin. Doesn't mean that. Actually, in reality, it doesn't mean they are a virgin. Doesn't mean they're not a virgin. It could go either way. They could be one. They couldn't be one. So this is how stupid this is, where someone picks apart this word. And yet it blatantly shows it in that NIV translation. It says virgin. It says it right there. And yet they're claiming it doesn't. Well, they didn't read the Bible very well. They didn't check their source. Well, they go blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now, you go in Luke 1, same thing than the NIV, talking about the birth of Jesus foretold. Okay? What does it say? Starting in chapter 26, in the 6th month of Elizabeth's pregnancy, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to a virgin pledged to be married to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel went to her and said, greetings, you who are highly favored, the Lord is with you. Mary was greatly troubled at his words and wondered what kind of greeting this might be. But the angel said to her, do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High. The Lord God will give him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over Jacob's descendants forever. His kingdom will never end. How will this be? Mary asked the angel, since I am a virgin. There you go. How many times did you hear the word virgin there? And that's in the NIV, and yet these people are claiming, it doesn't say the virgin, it took it out, it says young woman. Oh, really? You know, whoever these people are, they seem to have major comprehension problems. So, but how can the thing that I don't get is how can people make such stupid claims that aren't true, and they're doing it just for attention? Because you know what, a lot of these channels, they have tons of subscribers. They're very popular, and everyone knows that if you're extremely popular, usually what that means is that you belong to the world. Because from what I've seen, anyone that's really been adequate, I guess you could say, usually they're not the most popular. Usually not. Usually popular opinion isn't right all the time. I mean, I don't know. I think and a lot of this is conspiracy. This kind of nonsense is actually categorized under conspiracy theories. Because this is, saying the corrupted Bibles and all this nonsense. Okay, well, it's kind of like that. Okay, now we're going to go the same thing to the King James Bible, where these people again are claiming that's also the corrupted thing, because this person claims, thanks to the Hebrew Masoretic translation, removing prophetic Bible verses about Jesus, your English Bible This person's singling out the NIV, which I just quoted to you, and the KJV. Okay, now we're going to go to the KJV Bible. Get a load of this. Go to Isaiah 7 in the KJV. We got verse 14. Chapter 7, verse 14. Okay, what does it say? Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Okay, where are these people blatantly lying about the scriptures here and saying that it's corrupt, and it doesn't say virgin, it says young woman? Well, you have been proven a liar. It says right there virgin. Can't you read? Like, really? You know, some people think they're smart. They're not smart at all. They're really not. Okay, just hold on a minute. The other one. Now we're going to go into the Luke 1, the King James Version again. Just hold on a minute and find it. I don't know, they don't have headings on here, so I had it and then just lost it again. Just hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. Same thing. We'll do the verse 26, talking about the angel. So on the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God into a city of Galilee named Nazareth to a virgin espoused to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And the angel came in unto her and said, Hail, thou that art highly favored, the Lord is with thee, blessed art thou among women. And when she saw him, she was troubled at his saying, and cast in her mind what manner of salutation this should be. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with God. And behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and shalt call his name Jesus. He shall be great, and shall be called the Son of the Highest, and the Lord God shall give unto him the throne of his father David. And he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. Then said Mary unto the angel, How shall this be, seeing I know not a man? Okay, know not a man. What does that mean? That means she's a virgin. There you go. Okay, so where do these people get off doing this? I just prove it to you by using the NIV and the KJV that it's not left out. The virgin birth, it's not left out. It's not changed. And if they want to pick apart when some references are made to young woman, okay, young woman, young unmarried woman. Young unmarried woman equals virgin. Ideally speaking, because they're supposed to be virgins. But of course, in actuality, a young unmarried woman could be a virgin or could not be a virgin. But that's not the point. You can't prove that a young unmarried woman is not a virgin. You can't prove that. So it could mean that she is a virgin. So these people are totally full of it. Now the other one, I don't know if I can find it again. I had it before. Let's hold on a minute. I just spend too much time on it, I'll just forget it. Yeah, so I don't really have the time to listen to all that person's videos, but I just had a bad feeling when I was listening to those videos. It didn't feel right to me. It felt something off. You know, something very off. And even like the mannerisms of the person, they seem very... Okay, I got it. Just hold on. I don't know. Seems kind of narcissistic. There's a lot of this on YouTube. I'm not kidding. It's disturbing. You know, and the thing that bothers me, no one should ever put any person on a pedestal like, oh, what Bible version do you think I should read? They're asking this to this woman that doesn't even know what the hell she's talking about. Like, why are people so gullible like that? That just makes me, you know, this is how people get into cults. Because you're not willing to stand on your own 2 feet. You're not willing to ask God yourself for discernment, for wisdom. I don't understand that. Okay. There's another one. They're claiming about Isaiah 61 that it's leaving out the part about the blind, which was in a Septuagint. Okay. So we got Isaiah chapter 61. Just hold on a minute. Yeah, let's start in the first verse. And you know what I could do? It would take me more time. I could do more research and search through scriptures and find more proof to debunk what they're saying. But whatever. For right now, unless I can do it quicker, that's all I got. So what it says, the year of the Lord's favor, chapter 61, starting verse 1. The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me, because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives, and release from darkness for the prisoners. Okay, A. And the Septuagint says the blind. Now, of course, I don't know if these people realize there's different kinds of blindness. There's spiritual blindness, and then there's physical blindness. When Christ came, he healed people of physical blindness and also spiritual blindness. But I don't believe they mentioned that. I wonder why. Okay, just hold on a minute. And then the other one... Okay, just hold on. I'm going to Luke 4 now. So, you know, this is the thing with these kind of people. What they do, they don't tell you the whole story. And you know what? When someone omits something, that's actually a form of lying, you know, lies of omission. So that's how they deceive people, because what they do is they cherry pick. They pick little things here and there, randomly. You can't connect the dots. Or what they'll do is they'll change context. That's what they do. That's how they trick people. You know. So a person has to... Okay, so now we got in Luke 4 of the NIV, chapter 4. Now it's referring back to the prophet Isaiah. And it says, the Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to set the oppressed free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. And then it has in the footnote, referring to Isaiah 61, 1 and 2. It says, see the Septuagint, and also a reference to Isaiah 58, 6. So maybe I'll look that up and see what it says. I didn't do that one. 58:6. It doesn't refer to blindness there, it just refers to how Christ basically sets a person free, the oppressed free. Now there's other I think it's set captives free. I don't know. I do more than one translation, so sometimes I mix the words up. Just hold on. Okay, so basically, now the thing is, okay, the other part, now this is the Isaiah 61. What it's talking about is Christ, okay. Why did he came? He came to proclaim good news to the poor. That's the gospel. Gospel is good news. Salvation. Now they want to pick apart words. Okay, yeah, Christ did, he did heal people. But the most important thing, if you take it into context, is Christ setting people free spiritually. Salvation. That's what really matters here. That's what's really talking about. I mean, Christ healed people more than one reason: to prove his divinity, and also because he has compassion. But I think what these people are doing is they're focusing on something and blowing it out of proportion, and they're ignoring the context. And that's just wrong. So I don't think I'm going to go on any more with this, because if I wanted to go into this deeper, I'd have to actually search out all the scriptures ahead of time and then have them all lined up so I don't waste time trying to look them up. Because like I said, I read more than one translation, and sometimes I'll mix the words up and then it takes me a while to figure it out. But yeah, this is BS, okay? No one should be, I'm imploring everybody, don't give any human being on YouTube or anywhere else for that matter so much power that you are kissing their toes and you're asking them what translation you should read. That is just bullcrap. What you're doing is you're feeding these people's egos. Okay? You know, everyone, if you want to seek God, you'll find him. If you're sincere. If you ask God for discernment and wisdom, he'll give it to you. If you're sincere. Nowadays, you don't even have to go to the bookstore to buy a Bible. You can read it for free on the internet. I use Bible Gateway. There's other places out there probably. And you can compare all the different translations and everything, right? So why are people looking up to these gurus? Why? These people are like cults. And you know what? This is the other thing. I'm going to give you another warning. I don't care who you listen to. Anyone that doesn't honor free speech, I would be suspicious of that person. Now, I always say this, and it may sound arrogant, but it's kind of meant in a humorous way, sort of, but not. It is, but it isn't, kind of a joke. I always say everyone has a right to their opinion, even if they're wrong. And it's true. Everyone does have a right to their opinion. But yeah, what happens with this person, and this isn't the only person that does this, I've seen this before. What this person does, basically, is, in so many words, they basically say that if you don't agree with them, they will block you. They will delete your post. In fact, I can read this. I'm going to read this verbatim, and I'm not pointing out one particular person, but I'm reading this on one particular person's video. But this coincides with what I've seen before, and people word it differently. It means the same thing, though. And I'm telling you, if anyone's doing this, beware. Beware. Stay away from them. Beware. Because they are acting like a narcissistic cult leader. Just beware, okay? Stuff like this. Of course, on the other key too, the dingy is they always want money. That's the other dingy. See, what these people want, these power trippers, they want your money and they want control over you. That's what they want, just like any cult does. Okay, so stuff like this. You hear stuff like this, beware, okay? Abusive comments will be blocked, okay? Why do they need to say that? What do they mean by abusive? You see, the thing is they don't define what abusive is. To some people, everything's abusive. To some people, disagreeing with them is abusive. To some people, pointing out the truth to them is abusive. To some people, calling them out on their bullshit is abusive. Okay, that's very relative to, subjective to what that person means by abusive, which they don't define. But you know what? You should really have to say that. So are they assuming that everyone's going to come there and be abusive? Why are they even thinking that? That doesn't make sense to me. Okay. The other one is commenting rules. Due to the influx of doctrines of demons infiltrating the church, comments that violate the comment policy will be deleted and the user banned. There you go. So, what does that tell you? Okay, so, yeah, I'm not even going to read this dumb stuff. Whoa! No, not that. Okay, holy camole. I don't got time for this nonsense, whatever. I don't know. You know what? This is... I don't like this. I don't like the way this looks. Okay, you know, it's just a control thing, okay? When I do videos, I don't block people. I don't delete their comments. Let's say someone is saying something really wacky. You know what? Go right ahead. That's your opinion. Go ahead. Say what you want. I don't care. Doesn't bother me none. No, I'm telling you, to anyone, that is a warning sign. That is a bad sign. When people do that, they want to be overly controlling. That's not right. Even God doesn't treat you like that. You know what? God honors everyone's free will. So if God can honor everyone's free will, why can't this person or anyone else? And the thing is, you don't have to agree with someone. That's fine. Then you can basically refute them. There's no reason to block people and delete their comments. In fact, I did a video about one other person on YouTube here that was exposed. That person does the same thing. I got my comment deleted and blocked from that person's blog on YouTube. Same kind of people. Just different names, different faces, same kind of mentality. You can't disagree with me. How dare you disagree with me? I will delete your comment and block you. Okay, that's very narcissistic. That is the personality of a cult leader. I'm sorry to say, but it really is. All the cult leaders are like that. People appealing these false denominations, they all do that. You can't disagree with them. You can't question them. You know what? That's a clear sign to me. It's a clear sign of insecurity if you can't handle someone with a different viewpoint. Even if they are wrong, it doesn't matter. The point is everyone has a right to their opinion. That's the whole point. Even if they're wrong. So I think I said enough of this. I made some comments on that person's video. How much do you want to bet that my comments are going to be deleted and I'm going to be blocked? I wouldn't be surprised, but hopefully some people will read it before that happens. Or maybe they have to be approved. I don't know, because you know what? In order to prove this, I'd have to log out of my account and then go back on that video to see if the comments appear or not. But yeah. So this particular person, I won't mention names, got 61,000 subscribers. So you see what I mean? So a lot of these well, if they're promoting the cult mentality, I guess you could call them a heretic, because they're making up lies. They're saying things that aren't true. They do quite well here on YouTube for some reason. So I guess we shouldn't be surprised. So yeah, just a final warning, just beware of people that say something that's totally out to lunch. They can cherry pick facts from here, there, and everywhere to make it sound like what they're saying is real, but it's not. If you really search the scriptures, you measure everything against the scriptures, you'll find out that they're not telling you the truth, that they're twisting things, or outright lying, or even the sneaky way they do it. You know, like the devil could give you 98% truth and 2% lie. I mean, just sneaky. They say some of the truth, but not all of it, or they put a twist in it, take things out of context, use certain verses to prove something, but leave out other verses that would prove them wrong. Things like that. So yeah, and like I say, warning signs, flags, red flags. They want your money, red flag. They consider any comments that disagree with them abusive, red flag. And basically, bottom line, if you don't agree with them and you challenge them or prove them wrong, they can't handle it. That threatens them. They can't handle that. They can't handle the light being shone on them, so to speak. They can't handle it, so then they will... You have violated their policy, like they're some kind of royalty. So you've violated their policy, and they will delete your comments and ban you. Like, wow, like they're some kind of grand royalty. Like they should be bowed down to. They're so important. Do you see how disgusting that is? Anyways, I think that's it for this one. And then the other video I'm going to do right after is regarding celebrating Christmas. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.